Hey folks, today we're taking a look at Command & Conquer Tiberium Alliances. If you're a fan of the Command & Conquer series, you'll probably not recognise much that's happening on the screen right now, and that's because EA have pretty much disregarded everything that makes the series special. But, at the same time, that's not always a bad thing. For what they've lost in what made the original series special, they've gained in a pretty fantastic MMORTS, and that's coming from me. If you've watched any of our other videos, you probably know I'm not a huge fan of the genre. This is something different. Now, it has a lot of the usual things. You can upgrade units, you build your army, you build buildings to collect resources, you build your defences. There's all that. The main difference for me is that you're not sitting there and waiting for ages. As soon as you build something, it's built. As soon as you upgrade something like that, it's upgraded. And that's pretty fantastic because it means you can continue to play without having to bring a book or have YouTube up. For casual players, it's not an issue. For someone who wants a game to play through, you know, it makes a difference. There are times when it'll say you cannot upgrade again for so long, or you'll run out of resources, which means you'll have to wait anyway. But those times will still give you a decent amount of play. You'll still get, to begin with, you'll probably get a couple of hours. I think I played it for a couple of hours before I came to the first block. But after that, you're probably looking at up to an hour, depending on what you do. The biggest disappointment is the battle system, and we're going to take a look at that in a minute, but for all intents and purposes, the actual management and building of your base is pretty fantastic, I have to admit. This is where things fall apart. The battle system is basically upgrade your units to be as powerful as they can, set them on a path to go on, and then watch them as they go in a straight line. You move them around, you just drag them. They've got to be even with whatever you're attacking. There's basically no user interaction. You point them in the right direction and hope for the best. Now, I can't say that I've tried out every single unit, so it's even likely that some units allow you to swap over lanes or whatever, and if there's not, there will be eventually. But that'll mean I played this game for quite a long time, and I still don't feel like I'm part of the battle system. You'll have to play it quite a lot to get to the point where you might be able to have a little more tactical control of the battle. You still won't be able to control it in battle. Once you've drove through a area once, you'll have to go through again to clean up anything that you didn't get the first time, and then the camp is completely destroyed and you can go back again. The game does have objectives, and they are simple as anything. For instance, I just got fight 10 lots of enemies, and the new one that came up is fight 20 lots of enemies.
Select location.
Other things are just building or upgrading units, and the one at the bottom there is join an alliance. And so it is basically a no-brainer game, just like any MMORTS, and there's not enough link to the Command & Conquer series that fans will need to play it. I can understand why they're pretty offended at the fact that this is a game in that brand. But it's still a good game, it's still worth checking out for fans of the genre, if not fans of the franchise. For the full review, click across to Devil's MMO, the link is below, and be sure to check out further reviews coming soon. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you soon.